Hello and welcome to Beyond the Real Book. This is a series where I take a look at jazz compositions and highlight the important details and arranging features of the song that are often left out or omitted when the song is notated, and particularly when the song is put into the real book. Today we are taking a look at Take the A Train, which is composed by Billy Strayhorn. First things first, because I do believe in using the original audio for educative purposes, it means I cannot at all monetize these videos. So if you appreciate the work I'm doing, there are links in the description for leaving a donation. Anyway, let's get started. I am using two recordings as the reference. First, I'm using what I'm calling the essential Take the A Train, and it's just, if you search Take the A Train on Spotify, it's off the Essential Duke Ellington album, and it goes for about 2 minutes and 55 seconds. That's what I would say is relatively definitive, but as a contrast, I'm also going to look at the Take the A Train from Live at Newport, both of which are great versions. I actually wanted to make this Take the A Train video because before I've done a bunch of videos on hard bop tunes that have so many details missing that I kind of just wanted an easy tune to quickly say, oh yeah, so don't forget about the intro and whatever. Let's correct some notes in the, let's correct some rhythms in the notation. But the more time I spent with Take the A Train, I realized that there's a lot of details that are missing, and again, although it's not necessarily canon or standard to play these, I really think it is worth knowing these because they can kind of really elevate the song. For example, Ellington every time has this whole great big modulation where he goes to E flat at the end. And just such like beautiful inner melodies in the shout chorus. But anyway, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is just reference and talk about some corrections to the sheet music. We do find the notation of Take the A Train in the Hal Leonard 6th edition real book, and also a lot of people have made videos talking about that second chord, the D7 flat 5 / sharp 11. There are some great videos, go and check it out. I won't be talking about that. The first thing I want to just reference or correct is that in the B section, the rhythm of the melody is notated like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we've all heard this. Now that's actually wrong, because in the second bar it has quaver, dotted quarter note, quarter note, quarter note. It's never played like that by Ellington. Ellington always plays this. 2, 3, 4. He always plays short, long for the whole B section. So just keep that in mind, that notated melody has an incorrect rhythm. Okay, now let's move on to the things that are left out. Firstly, I think the thing that we all know is that Take the A Train has an intro. First, let's listen to it, and we'll be listening to the essential version. What is going on there? Well, very simply, in the left hand we have a C major chord in second inversion, so G on as the lowest note, C, E. It's changing from C over G. That G is dropping down a semitone to F sharp. Everything else is staying the same. So we have and the melody, it starts on a high E and it lands on that A flat or G sharp. 2, 4. And so that's probably the standard intro. We'll listen to it one more time just so you can hear it. and then we start with the head. That's probably the intro that you should play, but one thing I want to point out is that there is technically another intro that Ellington often plays, which is whenever he has arranged it such that there's going to be a long piano solo over the form before the big band comes in. He plays, just over the chords of the form, but he always starts with this melody. Let's firstly listen to it, and then I'll show it to you. And then from there, he is going on to improvise. I'll play it one more time. So he plays a 1, 2, 3, 4. And then sometimes he plays this big whole tone run, but it's just over that first C major chord, C major 6, whatever, C major 7, he'll play 2, 3, 4. And then he goes on and you can improvise over the form. But that is just an alternate melody if you don't always want to play the... Moving on, let's talk about the really big important part. For the rest of it, we have just standard form AABA, but the really big thing that Ellington does is that he has this interlude where he modulates to E flat major, and this is something that I think should happen more often. It's so great. Firstly, I want to listen to it, and because the audio quality is a little bit better, I'll show it to you with the Newport jazz version, and we'll talk about some of the inner parts that are going on. Okay, so this is just coming up at the end of the form. We're about to get this big interlude. Let's listen to it. Okay, and so then we're in E flat, and we have this great E flat shout chorus. Before we do that, let's talk about the interlude. So we have this pedal of this low G, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, up to A flat, 2, 2, 3, A, B flat. So the rhythm of that is it's sort of threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then downbeat. And what's going on? First, it's this big G sound, and we have the big band playing this descending melody. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure exactly what's going on in all of the parts. I would say that if you're a single instrument, I would recommend playing G down to E and then back up to G. So boom, and so the chord quality of what we're hearing firstly just a G major-y sound, and then A flat major, A7, and this final big chord is like a B flat 7 flat 9, and then that will resolve to E flat major. So let's listen to it let's listen to it a couple more times, just to hear the two sounds. And one more time, let's listen to it for the melody. Yeah. And if there's anyone who has a better idea of exactly what the inner voices are for that, I'm more than happy for you to add notes or comments in the description. But now that we've got that transition and we've gotten into E flat major, let's talk about the E flat melody. So the first one, the shout chorus, let's hear it, and then I'll play it for you slowly. Cool. So for the E flat, this is over the same chord changes as if we were in back in, still playing the A section. And this is the melody. So it ascends a major scale, 2, 3, 4. And then once we start bar 3, which would be the F7 sharp 11 or F7 flat 5, we have a chromatic descent from F to B natural or C flat. And the last thing, which is a little bit buried in the background, is this beautiful melody. And one more time. So that's the melody for the A section in E flat. And I would say that sometimes you do see that notated in various other versions of the real book, but what is almost never notated is this next part, which is still just so cool. Let's listen to it. Okay, so what happens there? Well, we have two melodies. We have a sort of call and a response. So the first one goes like this, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have this B flat whole tone idea. That's the first melody. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole tone, whole tone, whole tone. Blah 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 blah. And then we come back in on E flat. The second one, the second melody, comes in right after that first one. After 2, 3, 4, 1. It sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. And what happens next is we have this B flat whole tone sound, and it lasts for 2 bars. In the first bar, the instrumentalists come in playing whatever note is like they've been told to play, but in the second bar we have this rhythm. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 random notes. Ba, ba, da. So it's ba ba ba, and we'll listen to that now. And now exactly what the notes are, it changes. Like in the Essential version and in the Newport version, Ellington has written like different notes. But I would say that if you want to play it, it's just going to be essentially a B flat whole tone sound. And you're looking out for the hits in the final bar. 2, 3, 4. Finally back to the main melody. But listen to this. No flat 9 there, it's a natural 9. Let's hear that. Natural 9. Okay, and so what I think I'll do is I'll try to just play everything solo on guitar from the key change interlude all the way until we get back to the A of the original melody but in E flat. So after we 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. B section. Whole tone, whole tone. this melody. So that's the end of the form, but the way that Ellington always ends it is he starts again and he plays 2 more A sections in E flat before finally ending with the famous ending that we all know. So there's quite a lot in Take the A Train, right? And I think that, we don't, again, it's not standard or it's not canonical to change to E flat or to play that interlude, but I think it's really not that difficult to do, and it would just add this great variety to performances of Take the A Train. I also think that the alternate melodies in E flat are really stunning. Sometimes you will hear people play the shout, but they'll play it just in C major. But this other melody, it's just beautiful, and I think that more people should know it. So yeah, if you appreciate the work that I have done, again, if you would like to subscribe, leave a comment, that helps out a lot. And I'll also just say the final step, and what I always say in these videos, is to not just take my word for it. At the end of the day, the recording is gospel, and just like you shouldn't look at the Hal Leonard notation and think that that's the be-all and end-all, don't just take my word for it. Go and listen to the tunes, confirm what I've said, feel free to add corrections, or just anything else that you think is part of the song that I have missed out. I'm more than happy to know. I just want more people to know how to play this song. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.